At UFC 290, Ian Garry rocked a shirt with Geoff Neal's mugshot on it, and Geoff is not happy about it. The two are set to fight at UFC 292 next month. So here's a screenshot of a text message conversation between Geoff and his coach. His coach sent him a picture of Ian with the shirt. Geoff replied he's dead. Then this was posted on Geoff Neal's Facebook. It says, turns out Ian Garry is straight trash. That's Geoff's mugshot on his shirt. Weirdo thought it would be cute to wear this shirt to UFC 290. He's so far back from the necessary fighters that no one gives a damn. I hope like hell he stays healthy so he makes it to the 19th. It's been a minute since somebody spoke out of place. Ask Bilal and Mike Perry how that worked out for them. Dad. Sean Strickland explains his issue with Ali Abdelaziz. Sean also reveals why Macy Barber is not a very big fan of his. Speaking to James Lynch, Sean said Ali watched me spar. Then next thing you know, it's like, hey, 3 weeks later we got this guy we want you to fight. There's a lot of f***ed up shit, you guys. I'm not going to go into it. The fight felt like a little personal. There's a chance that me and Ali are going to be fist fighting. I'm really hoping that I see Ali. It's like, oh, Sean, you're a white trash motherfucker, I like you. Or it could be, hey, f*** you, Sean. Either way, man, I hope it's cool. But if not, I'm always down for a good time. On Macy Barber, Sean continued, she went on Twitter and she was talking about fans telling her she should go kill herself. And then I was like, welcome to life. What do you think? They're just going to say they want to have sex with you and you're pretty? That is the other side of the coin there, Miss Macy. As you're loved, you're also hated. So I think she got a little bit mad. Following his 38-second knockout victory over the weekend, Nickal announced he's having a baby boy. Bo posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, having a kid. Happy to announce that Maddie, Nickal, and I are going to be parents. I'm so grateful for my amazing wife and so excited to be a dad. Daniel Cormier reveals what could potentially hinder Stipe Miocic in his upcoming fight against Jon Jones. Stipe vs. Jon goes down at UFC 295 in November. On his YouTube channel, DC said this fight will be determined very early, at least in my opinion, because we will know from the very start of the fight whether or not we are seeing the Stipe Miocic from before or we're seeing a slowed down version of the former champion. We'll know that very quick, because what we already know is that we do get a little bit of a slower version of Jon Jones. He's a little bit different than he was when he was at light heavyweight. No one could watch that fight with Surreal and think any different, because the left hand that he threw that ultimately led to the takedown was a lot slower. He even admits it. He goes, I gained 30 pounds, of course I'm going to be slower. But if Miocic is fast, if Miocic with his boxing background, golden gloves is still fast, that could give Jones problems. The one thing that I learned in fights with Jones and I was that he's very good with his timing. He's very good at fighting his spots, but nothing is overly fast or overly quick. His punches, his kicks are fast. His shots aren't as fast, but he's got great timing and the ability to really pick and find those moments that he can land. But Miocic is fast. You'll be fighting Stipe, he'll throw something and he'll land, and you're like, how did he get to me? He is fast, and if he's still fast, he could get the job done. But if he's slowed down, he's almost 41 years old, I think. If he slowed down even a little bit, it could be a problem. I don't know if Jon Jones competes any better if he weighed 250 or if he weighed in at 230 pounds or 227. I think even at 227 he would be okay at heavyweight, because then he would maintain that speed that he had, which I think would give a lot of heavyweights problems. That's why I gave them problems. You're fast for them. They're a bit too slow. He's just got to be Jon Jones. He's good, he's talented. If you ask me in their prime, who would win this fight after fighting them both, I would probably say Jones, especially if he's fighting at light heavyweight. Many people are going to want to count Miocic out in this fight, but that's not necessarily the case. This guy's the real deal, and he's there to win against Jones in Madison Square Garden, which will essentially be home game for Jones. I believe we learned very early, though, who's going to walk away with the heavyweight championship of the world. Today, George St-Pierre went on the MMA Hour and revealed potential opponents for his grappling match on December 14th. GSP mentions Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman, and the Diaz brothers. He went on to say guys that are veteran fighters, that have a good grappling background. I'm talking about maybe the Diaz brothers. Could be a guy like, I don't know, I'm a competitive guy. Something like that I think maybe the fans will want to see. It could be someone that is active, you know? Right now that is currently active. I don't know. Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington, someone like this. Kevin Lee has released an official video statement in regards to his recent retirement from MMA. He posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, thank you Dana White, Sean Shelby, UFC for giving me opportunities. UFC is the greatest promotion in history, no doubt. Thanks to all the fans. I've had thousands of people come and take pictures and give me support. I appreciate every single one.
Okay, to make a long story short, I'm deciding to retire from MMA and the UFC. It's been 12 long years of me being the best fighter that I can be, and a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication for me to try to be the best fighter in the world. When I look back on it, I had a hell of a career. I fought a lot of tough guys, and some of the toughest guys in the world. I always put up a great fight. I never back down, and always challenge myself to do things that I didn't think that I was capable of doing. The last 3 years have been rough, especially on my body. It's been a lot of injuries, and honestly, that's one of the main factors of me making this decision. I'm in need of another surgery after that last fight. I'm proud that I went out on my shield. I'm proud that I stood up in there and went out on my own terms. But at this point, I got to think about more than just myself. And I think that my skills and the time and the energy that I've put into this sport, I could put into something else. And God willing, and subhanAllah, and all glory to God. And He's going to lead me down a different path, the right path. To where I can use my skills to help people. I think if I dedicate myself and if I give just as much hard work to doing something else, the sky's the limit. So again, I hold my head up high. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to accomplish everything that I wanted to, but I'm proud of myself for this career that I've had, and I appreciate everybody who has given two about me and everybody who supported me. And even the people that kind of doubted and hated along the way. I appreciate everybody, and it's been a hell of a journey. I'm still young. I'm still capable of doing a lot in this life, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Yesterday, Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou was made official. Francis's manager Marquel Martin made an appearance on the MMA Hour today with Ariel Helwani. He says that he believes Dana White was trying to mess up their contract negotiations a few weeks back, when he was pushing for Tyson Fury to fight Jon Jones. Marquel went on to say, I think for everyone that has been initiated with the UFC and kind of really understands it, it's no surprise, right? Dana is one of the best promoters that we've ever seen, and I'll always say that. So when we saw it, we were just kind of like, of course, right? Like, of course you could say on one end, it's a gimmick fight. Shout out to Gimmick Fight Promotions. And then on the other hand, it comes to where it's like, oh no, we'll put that on. I'm sure they wanted that fight, but at the end of the day, the result is we'll be fighting Tyson Fury come October 28th. Ariel replied to Marquel saying, do you think that they really wanted that fight? Or do you think that they were just trying to mess up your chances of getting that fight? Marquel replied, I think that they just really wanted to mess up our chances, to be quite honest. I think for whatever reason, there's a sour taste in their mouth when it comes to Francis. They don't want Francis to be able to have that opportunity. I think that was clear to us for a while. For what reason? I don't know. You'd have to ask them. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says that clip of Dana saying we don't make gimmick fights is going to haunt him forever. The second one's from AK625. It says, I see holes in Kevin Lee's retirement. And the final one's from Batcave OZ. It's in reference to Robert Whittaker's statement after his loss to Dricus du Plessis. It says Robert Whittaker is pure class. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.